Good morning, softball fans, and welcome to another edition of Whip Around and Find Out, Wisconsin's only daily softball show. Presented by our friends at the Circle Tap in Denmark and, of course, Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. Last night, you know, these kids, they never disappoint. I mean, each night you think, okay, well, can it really get any better, than where it is? And every day they prove there's another level that we can climb to. And I got to tell you, we saw it last night. I was fortunate enough to see it in person, and we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. This morning, this is a live show. This morning, it is Friday, May 8th. 7:34 a.m. So feel free to put your comments in. Melinda already checking in this morning, and glad you guys are spending your pre-work minutes with me. I appreciate that, and we've got a lot to talk about. We had upsets last night. We had extra innings. We had walk-offs. We had grand slams. We had more pitching masterpieces, and one of the biggest regular season wins we've seen, well, in quite some time. Because last night in Seymour, the Thunder of Seymour took down undefeated number 1 Fox Valley Lutheran 2-1 and handed the Foxes their first regular season loss since 2024. That's how we're starting this morning. I mean, that's how you start out a morning. That's like, a double shot of Red Bull before you even have your coffee. So let's whip around and find out. Here are the top 10 games of the night last night. Number 10, Fond du Lac beats Oshkosh West 6-3. Fondy, they're up and down, but they've got such good players. They've got just stars on their roster, and they're just there's too much talent for them not to figure it out. And I think they will. Brianna Mentink was outstanding last night. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a sacrifice fly, an RBI, and 2 runs scored for Fondy last night. And a second here. With those hits, by the way, Mentink reached 100 career hits last night. That's a huge career milestone for her. Congratulations, Bree. 100 career hits. Ava Martinez took care of the rest. In the circle, 7 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs. That's a complete team win for the Cardinals last night. Number 9, Grantsburg beats Shell Lake 5-2. Piper Olson was electric, 10 strikeouts in the circle and a home run at the plate for Pipe. Ruby Rango also homered as Grantsburg controlled this game early. It's a good night for the Pirates. Number 8, Greendale shuts out Pewaukee 9-0. This was a circle of dominance moment last night. Maddie Martin, 13 strikeouts, 1 walk, a complete game shutout, and Aubrey Cook provided the big blast with a 3-run home run. Greendale looked really dangerous last night. Just curious how that Woodland West is going to shake out when we're all done kind of jumbling things around. What's going to happen in that Woodland West? Number 7, Verona knocks off Janesville Craig 6-3. Craig had early control, then Paige Gibbons changed everything. Bases loaded, 1 swing, grand slam. That's the kind of moment that completely flips a game. Congratulations to Verona. Verona really needed that win. They've had a tough week. 2 games with Middleton that they lost, a combined 17-0. So it was really important for them to bounce back, and they did that with a win over Craig yesterday. Number 6, Burlington edges Badger 5-4. Well, Badger, congratulations! You're checking into the Hard Luck Hotel this morning. I'm giving you that. I'm giving you that notice right away. They out-hit Burlington 10-6. They tied the game in the 7th and lost on a walk-off in the bottom half. That's your room key doesn't work after midnight kind of pain. Number 5, Clintonville. Clintonville beats O'Connell Falls 20-13. a late touchdown in the closing. No, kidding. This game was complete madness. Of course, 20-13 it would be. Clintonville dropped 10 runs in the 7th inning. Seriously. Abby Tate homered and had 3 hits. Morgan Retzlaff drove in 4. Peyton Johnson had 4 hits. 20-13. That's not a softball score. Brett Favre would be proud of that one. Number 4, Waupun edges Lakeside Lutheran 2-1. This game was softball art. Addie Braun and Addie Stotts traded punches all night long. Braun had 17 strikeouts. Addie, you're ridiculous. 3 hits, 0 walks, no earned runs, and she also delivered the game-tying RBI at the plate. By the way, the other thing I also heard is she was in the concession stand making nachos in the 5th inning. I mean, the kid does everything. Braun has not given up an earned run in conference play this season. Seriously. With 1 conference game left. That's absurd. And a huge shout out, freshman Addie Stotts from Lakeside Lutheran. You got to tip your hat to her. The kid's going to take her team deep. I mean, she's a blooming star. Addie Stotts from Lakeside Lutheran. Remember the name. Number 3, Denmark. Denmark edges Luxembourg Casco 5-4. What did I say? Earlier this week about Denmark? They're kind of laying in the weeds a little bit. They're kind of starting to build some momentum. You know, they lose some games and they're playing the aw shucks Lou Holtz trick of, last year was, so we were so lucky and, we didn't think that we were going to make it. And, all the stars lined up right. It wasn't anything baloney. Don't buy any of it. They got stars on that team in Denmark. They know exactly what they're doing. They beat Luxembourg Casco, their biggest rival, 5-4. A great battle. Maggie Frank had 3 hits, drove in 2, then came in to close the game for the save. Maggie doing, Maggie things as we start making that run from April into May. You can already feel the Denmark tidal wave starting to build. A big win for the Vikings last night. Number 2, Hortonville beats Neenah 3-1. This felt like a playoff game. Grace Donosky controlled everything. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 unearned run, and Evelyn Stenell delivered the big blow with 2 RBI from the 8 spot. Hortonville, all they do is just keep stacking up big wins. I mean, their only loss in conference play was to Kaukauna, but them and Appleton North trading blow for blow, and who's going to win that FEA? Number 1, it really wasn't close, at least, in my book. I mean, I'm sure, you may disagree, but in my book, this was easily number 1. Seymour 2, Fox Valley Lutheran 1. This is the story of the night from last night. FVL entered undefeated, number 1, and had not lost a regular season game since 2024. Then came Seymour. Kendra Rettler led off the game with a home run to center. And I don't know, being there, you guys, I'm telling you, the whole vibe just felt kind of different last night. It felt kind of weird. I mean, FVL, and this is nothing that they did. The ball just did not bounce the way that I've seen it bounce for FVL in other games. They had a couple of uncharacteristic errors. I think they may have been rattled a little bit. I would tell you the Seymour dugout was insane last night. I mean, just crazy. Those kids must have had about 40 pixie sticks before the game even started. I mean, they were bouncing off the walls from the get-go. Alexis Korn added an RBI single, and Rettler took over from there. 7 innings, 1 run, 8 strikeouts, no walks. Of course, Maddie Babcock was outstanding for FVL, 9 strikeouts. But Seymour landed that first punch, and they never let go. It's one of those things, and you guys have seen it. We've seen this time and time again in softball. If you can get a good start and kind of hold that for a couple innings, what happens is the confidence starts growing. And Seymour went from, I think we could win this, to by the 3rd or 4th inning, I think we got this. And by the 5th or 6th inning, it was, oh, we got this. We're going to win this. I mean, they had a couple innings in a row where they had runners in scoring position, stranded them, and my thought was this may come back to bite them later. But Kendra Rettler was so good in the circle last night. We had a close up on Kendra. If you watched the broadcast, I hope you did. Between pitches in the seventh inning, and you could just see, I mean, she was stressed. I mean, long, deep breaths, before every pitch. I mean, she was feeling pressure, but she didn't buckle under it. She didn't let go. She held on. And that home run she had in the first, that thing was a bomb to center field. So a big win, a big statement win for Seymour. And let me just say this. And you guys may or may not agree, and that's okay. And FVL Gunner and Tim and those guys may or may not agree, and that's okay too. I almost think this is maybe the best thing that could happen to FVL was this game. And why do I say that? Well, if you remember FVL last year, 2025, undefeated all the way through, and then in the postseason they lost to Denmark in the sectional semifinals. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from Denmark. Denmark played a masterful game. They really had great strategy, came in and won that game. So this isn't anything that not about what FEL didn't do. But at the same time, I think those kids felt a lot of pressure last year to carry this undefeated banner all year long. And I mentioned this in a broadcast last night that, you can say, well, it doesn't really matter. Well, let me put it this way. Is there pressure to an undefeated season of any kind? Is there any pressure of any kind? Yes, of course there is. Is there pressure for not an undefeated season? No. So regardless if it's 1% more or 500% more, there's more pressure to carry an undefeated season than to not carry an undefeated season. And I think this team, this may have just let a little air out of the balloon. I don't mean momentum-wise. I mean just tension-wise. I think maybe Maddie can breathe a little more now. I think, maybe Claire can just relax a little bit. I think there's a lot of pressure, and I'm not saying the coaches are applying it or the parents are applying it. I think the kids are applying it to themselves. I think the kids were feeling like, this could, all come undone at any moment. And it did last night. And you know what? I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. I think they'll bounce right back. I think they're totally fine. I saw Maddie after the game last night. She was disappointed, but I still felt like there's almost just a big, everybody can just exhale a little bit and just get back to work. I'd love Tim Rohrig's perspective on it from Gakana. I mean, carrying around, a winning streak like that. I mean, they won 107 straight games, and FVL didn't do that, but I mean, they still felt some of the same pressure that Gakana would have felt. And, I think there's a lot of pressure with that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm full of malarkey. I don't know, but I feel like it may end up being a good thing for FVL. All right. Our broadcast today presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wonder Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. Circle Tap, great food, great people, and a huge supporter of girls softball. And Wonder Springs Golf Course, one of the most beautiful courses around. Support the businesses that support the girls. You guys, I can't tell you how important that is to me that we support these organizations that have stepped up and supported girls sports. I can't tell you how many times I've went to organizations and I get the side eye like, well, yeah, but it's girls sports, so nobody would really be watching. So why would I spend my money on it? And I've literally been told that many, many times. We can't sponsor you because you're girls sports and nobody cares. Which, we all know that's not true, but I have been told that to my face many times. So when you get organizations like the Circle Tap, when you get organizations like Wander Springs, when you get Marquette University, when you get organizations like that, when you get Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin that believe in what you're doing, you guys, it's so important that we support them. And when you go to the Circle Tap, and I encourage you to please go, when you go, please say I'm here to thank you for your support of W7 and also at the at Wonder Springs Golf Course. I know it'd mean a lot to those guys as well. So that's my plea to you guys. I really hope you'll help support the businesses that support us, because without them, without Darren and Circle Tap and Wonder Springs, this show probably doesn't happen. I just, I can't, I love bringing stuff for free, but I mean, yeah, at some point I've got costs I've got to deal with as well, like everybody else, right? So, I've got bills too, like everybody else does. So, just please, 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 give your support to those businesses that support us. All right, now let's go into the circle of dominance. Well, it starts with Kendra Rettler from Seymour. You beat number one. You end a regular season streak dating back to 2024. You homer. You throw a complete game. You make nachos in the fourth inning. That's dominance. Addie Braun, Waupun, 17 strikeouts in 9 innings. No walks. No earned runs. She put mustard on the hot dogs between innings. That's one of the best pitching performances of the year. Riley Weaver from Adams Friendship. Riley throws a no-hitter. 15 strikeouts, no walks, and an immaculate inning for Riley Weaver. We remember what an immaculate inning is, right? 9 pitches, all strikes, 3 outs. That's ridiculous. And if you want to see more of Riley Weaver, if you want to see Riley Weaver play for the first time, which I would highly encourage you to do so, I strongly suggest you watch W7 today. Will be at Almond Bancroft today at 4:30 for Adams Friendship with Riley Weaver and Almond Bancroft with Kenna Kirsenlore, also from Adams Friendship, and all of the Almond Bancroft kids. You know the names: Oakley Omernick, Raya Ceballos, Maya Dernbach, Elijah Newby. All the stars are coming out this afternoon. Make sure and join us. 4:05 on air, 4:30 first pitch. All right, back to the circle of dominance. Maddie Martin from Greendale. We talked about this at the opening. 13 strikeouts in a complete game. Absolute control. What about Pip Lapacek from Poinette? Freshman phenom Pip. Watch out for Pip. Pip is going to get some attention the next 3 years. Trust me on that. Shutouts, 11 strikeouts, and contributed offensively too. Lexi Carlton from Almond Bancroft. 6 innings, 1 hit, 9 strikeouts. Wild Rose never had a chance to get comfortable. Okay, quick break. If you can't tell, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, starting to feel like myself again. Feel the mojo coming back. I'm excited. I'm ready for this weekend. We got great softball ahead. We're 2 weeks out, you guys. We're 2 weeks out until the regular season is over. And with that said, it's important I let you guys know this. We're only going to cover one team for the playoff, for each playoff game. I'm not like Zaleski. I don't have 47 crews out there doing 47 playoff games. I got me doing playoff games. So we have one crew, which means we can do one game at a time. If you want us to do your game, you've got to email me info@productionsw7.com. It's still open as of right now. First team gets it. There are fees involved. I've got to pay the WIAA. They've got to get their take on this. This is where they make all their money, is in state tournaments. I mean, it's not regular season games on a Wednesday, in February. It's the Friday night, Saturday games, in the state tournament. That's where they make their money. So I've got to pay them. That's got to be part of it. But if you sign up for a game with us, you also get first rights of refusal for the next game. So for example, if Team A says, "Hey, I want you guys to come and do our regional semifinal game on a Thursday, and if we win, we play Friday." So let's say you do that, you win on Thursday, and then it's Friday, and then Team B says, "Hey, I want you guys to come Friday and do our regional final game." Well, I definitely will look at that, but the first thing I'm going to do is contact Team A and say, "Hey, you guys have first rights because you did the first game with us. Do you want us for Friday, or do you want to let it go and we'll go with somebody else?" So you could realistically get playoff coverage all the way through to the state tournament. The state tournament will be live streaming the state tournament audio only. The video rights are owned by the WIAA, and they sell them to, I don't know who has it this year, but that's how you see it on the app and on the, on local TV, is the rights fees that those companies, that company, whoever it is, pays the WIA. I don't have, $100,000 sitting in the bank to just say, hey, I'll go buy the rights fees. So we do an audio live stream, which they let me do. And thankfully, so blessed to have Velocity sponsoring that, Mike Collins and Velocity helping us bring you every game, all 19 games of the 2026 state softball tournament, live and free as always on W7, YouTube, Facebook, and also on Fixed TV. So that's my spiel for that. Also, one other quick note, we are looking to do 1 to 2 mini documentaries this state tournament. So we give the kids cameras. They take a lot of footage. Of course, we are there. We take footage. We bring in footage from the games. It's not a highlight film. It's a documentary about your team's trip to the state tournament. Contact me about that as well. We won't do any more than 2. I don't have the bandwidth to do more than 2. So if you're interested, let me know. Of course, fees apply for that as well. You can sign up, and then if you don't make it, you're not obligated, of course. And also, we won't tell anybody that anybody has signed up, because I don't want to give anybody fuel to say, hey, they think they're going to state. So anyway, there's all my commercials. When we come back, it's time. Got to visit the Hard Luck Hotel coming up next. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out, presented by Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. Don't go anywhere.
Fixed TV. Live contents like never before. Switch between multiple live channels with ease. Access anytime, anywhere with our user-friendly app. Fixed TV brings the action right at your fingertips. Download now. Available on all devices.
Thousands of athletes are competing for the same spots. The ones who get noticed, they give coaches something to watch. Recruited Films produces cinematic athlete recruitment videos, shot professionally, built around your athlete's strengths, and designed to do one thing: get them noticed. Your athlete's story is ready to be told.
Welcome back. Whip Around and Find Out. Oh, it's that time. We got to make a stop. And we got to visit, the Hard Luck Hotel. Who's staying with us tonight? Well, Fox Valley Lutheran, your ace strikes out 9. You lose by 1. And your regular season winning streak comes to an end. That's a tough check-in. You get room 101 tonight. Room 204, that belongs to Badger. 10 hits, 7th inning comeback, a walk-off loss. That's the vending machine eating your last dollar kind of night. Room 305, Lakeside Lutheran. Your freshman pitcher goes toe-to-toe with one of the best pitchers in the state for 9 innings and loses 2-1. That hurts. I'm sick to even say this one, you guys. I don't even want to say it. Room 412, Bayport. Olivia Anthus hits 2 home runs and drives in 4. Bayport scores 7. Still loses 8-7. That's the fire alarm going off at 2 o'clock in the morning, for heaven's sake. Room 515, Janesville Craig. You're leading. Then a grand slam happens. That's a quick way to ruin a nice evening. There's your residence at the Hard Luck Hotel. What's it going to take to get Bayport out of there, you guys? It's starting to get creepy with those guys in there all the time. We need to get them out. They need to get them out. Bayport, you got this. I believe in you girls. I've seen you play. There's no no shortage of talent on that team. Olivia Anthus, Mackenzie Black, they've got great kids, great players, great coaches. Things just aren't going their way this year. It's been a tough year, but you know what? I think the softball gods are going to smile on Bayport before the season's over. And also I think they're going to smile on them for next year. But hey, we still got this year to deal with. I've not given up on this team. I'm still a believer. I think they're going to figure things out. Okay, there's your Hard Luck Hotel for last night. How about the Home Run Club? Let's see. Let's start with, I don't know, Kendra Rettler from Seymour. She got one. Olivia Anthus from Bayport had 2 home runs. Brianna DeRusso, I always mispronounce it. DeRusso. Brianna DeRusso from Bayport. Reese Reichfeld from Appleton East. Opal Sparkman, Appleton East. Madison Suhaya from Cedarburg had a grand slam. Paige Gibbons from Verona, a grand slam. Lauren Shepard from Chippewa Falls. Abby Tate from Clintonville. Ruby Rango from Grantsburg. Piper Olson from Grantsburg. Aubrey Cook from Greendale. Kiana Fuhrer from Fenimore. Emma Hawkins from Arrowhead. Is Emma Hawkins like on this list? Is it just me? Or do I feel like Emma Hawkins is on this list every single day? She's always here. By the way, how shocking was that last night? Waukesha West knocks off Arrowhead 6-4. Yeah, congratulations, West. What a big win. Reagan Woodard from Chilton, an inside the park home run. Also, Cooper Bruchode from Mishicot had a home run last night. So a big night in the home run club. Okay, when we come back, it's time for the segment you're all waiting for. It is the Who's That Girl segment. You're watching Whip Around and Find Out, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. We'll be right back.
W7's got it right, covering girls' high school sports all the time. 100% free, 100% live. W7 for the girls.
And now the most popular segment of the show, Who's That Girl? Here are your nominees. Kendra Rettler, Seymour, complete game, 8 strikeouts, no walks, a home run against number 1 FPL. It's a star performance. Addie Braun, Waupun, 17 strikeouts, no earned runs, game-tying RBI, one of the best pitching nights of the entire state. Pip Lapacek from Poynette, freshman, 1 hit, shutout, 11 strikeouts. That kid's special. Kaylee Heberer from Mark Hazen, 4 for 4, 7 RBI, a home run, 2 doubles, and intentionally walked twice. That's video game stats. Scarlett Kelly, West Bend East, 4 hits, 4 RBI. West Bend East had 23 hits as a team, and Scarlett led the way. Brianna Mentink, Fond du Lac, 3 for 3, 2 doubles, 100 career hits. That's a special night. Ava Martinez, Fond du Lac, complete game, 0 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. Quietly one of the best performances of the night. All right, and who is the winner tonight for your Who's That Girl award? Goes to Kendra Rettler Seymour. When you beat number 1, when you end a winning streak, when you homer and dominate in the circle, only one answer. Kendra Rettler, you are Who's That Girl for Friday, May 8th. Well deserved. Congratulations, Kendra. All right, well, that'll do it for us. Another great night of softball around the state, presented by the Circle Tap in Denmark and Wander Springs Golf Course in Greenleaf. We had upsets, we had extra innings, we had grand slams, we had 17 strikeouts, and we had a massive statement from Seymour. Thanks for spending your morning with us. For W7 Productions, I'm Gary Whipperman. Every score matters, every player has a story. We'll see you next time. No show tomorrow, but we'll be back Sunday night live at 8 p.m. for our weekend live edition. Until then, thanks for watching and thanks for your support. We are W7 and we are always for the girls.